Hey Sarah, do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to talk to you about if that's alright. Oh, hello Olivia. Always nice to hear from you. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I think I should be able to talk for a little bit. What's on your mind? Is there anything that I can do for you? Actually, there is, since you've asked. You see, Rachel has just recently gotten divorced, and she wants to come live with us. Also, she'll be bringing along her boyfriend Tyler as well. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not understanding correctly. Rachel got divorced and she has a boyfriend? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's right, her husband found out that her and Tyler were having an affair behind his back, so they split up. It's really a shame my poor sweet daughter getting cast aside like that. But she was the one who was cheating, wasn't she? Perhaps, but that's only because she's really serious about this Tyler guy. They've already been talking about getting married, so they're going to come live with us. Okay, let me just make sure I have this whole thing clear. Rachel cheated on her husband with this Tyler guy, right? And now Rachel and the man that she cheated on her husband with want to come and move in with us? That's right. But you really shouldn't be acting so confused that this is happening. I mean, life is a journey, and you never know where it's going to take you sometimes. You really need to have a little more sympathy, Sarah. I understand that life can rarely go as you plan it, but I think that applies more to Rachel's ex-husband than it does Rachel, don't you think? I mean, she was the one who cheated, right? I really think that cheating is such a nasty term. What happened is that my daughter just so happened to find her true love after she had gotten married. Honestly, you really need to try and keep more of an open mind about these things. I really am not sure if I can agree with you on that one. Well, I guess that just means that you're close-minded and bigoted then. Anyways, that isn't even the main thing I wanted to talk to you about. I see. So then what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Well, the thing is that Tyler doesn't have a job. You see... Wait a second, wasn't Rachel also a housewife before this? So you're telling me that neither of those two have any sort of employment at all? Yes, that's right. I'm glad that you seem to understand that part easily enough. So anyways, they're going to arrive tomorrow to live with us. Tomorrow? That's way too soon! I know it's sudden, but I also know that you have a really nice, well-paying job, and that's why, for the time being, you're going to pay for all of their expenses. Excuse me? And just who is deciding all of this? I never remember agreeing to that. I am deciding it, of course. I just told you that those two don't have jobs. How are they supposed to take care of themselves if they don't even have any money? So you need to learn to open your heart and give back to your family in need. And just why does the burden of doing all of that have to fall on me? I never agreed to any of this. This is the first I'm hearing that all this even happened. You can't just tell me this is something I'll have to deal with from now on. And I certainly don't want either of them living in my house. I don't remember ever asking for your input on this matter, Sarah. You need to understand that this isn't your house, it's mine. I make the rules around here, and what I say goes. I expect you to go along with this, and I don't want to hear any more complaints out of you. You think that you're in charge around here? Well, of course I am. You are my son's wife, which means that you're beneath me in the family. You just have to be a good daughter-in-law and do as I say. Do you understand? And by do as you say, you mean cover all the expenses for the two people who are going to move in with us tomorrow? I really don't know if there's even room in the budget to be able to pay for 2 more mouths to feed around here. No, you listen here, young lady. You might be my daughter-in-law, but Rachel is my daughter, and Tyler might become my new son-in-law. These are your family members just as much as they are mine, and you will do everything you can for them. But they aren't even married yet! They're just moving in unannounced, and for some reason I'm the one who's going to have to pay for everything. If you don't like it, then why don't you just get a divorce? If you hate being a member of this family so much, then why don't you just divorce my son and never come back, huh? Because I know that my Rex is a good boy who would always do as his mother tells him. I really don't think that Rex is going to just go along with this just because you want it to happen, Olivia. But I suppose we'll just have to talk about this tonight, won't we? No, I really don't see any point in talking about this. Rachel and Tyler have already packed their bags and they will arrive tomorrow whether you like it or not. You can either accept it or leave. Your choice. Rex, I know that you're away on your business trip right now, but I really could use your advice right now, if you have a minute to talk.
Sarah, of course we have time to talk. Is everything okay? Did something happen at home or something?
Well, it's about your mom, actually. She said something to me this afternoon that really kind of worried me. She told me that your sister Rachel cheated on her husband and now she's divorced. But then she told me that she's still with this guy she cheated on her husband with, Tyler, and then now both of them are coming to live with us. She told me they were going to be arriving with all their bags tomorrow and that I didn't have a say in it at all.
Whoa, what? Hold on, that is a lot to take in all at once. I don't even know how to begin a response to something like that.
But it's true. She told me about all of this in the afternoon via text. Not only that, but on top of everything I've just said, she demanded that I pay for everything that the two of them might need, since neither of them are working.
Did she really say that to you? What in the world could my mom be thinking? That's just crazy.
I know, right? I tried telling her that it was just unacceptable, but she refused to listen to me.
And Rachel too, I just can't believe that she would do something like that. I never thought that she was the kind of person at all.
I know what you mean. I just heard that all of this was happening and I was really shocked that Rachel actually did something like that. But more than that, I was shocked that your mom appeared to take Rachel's side in this and even pitied her for her divorce.
Well, my mom has always let Rachel get away with basically whatever she wanted. But I think that's all it's done for Rachel is make her think that she can get away with doing whatever she wants. Even I've tried talking to Rachel about not acting out, but she just doesn't listen to me. Still, I never thought that she would go as far as to do something like this.
I know that you and Rachel have had troubles in the past, Rex. You've talked to me about them before. I do really think that you're sweet for trying to talk some sense into her, even though she doesn't listen.
To be honest with you, I think one of the reasons my parents ended up divorcing was because he just couldn't watch my mom raise his kids that way.
Oh, I don't think you've ever told me that before.
By the way, you said this guy's name was Tyler, right? You didn't have to get his last name, did you?
Your mom mentioned it to me once back at home. Tyler Sanders is his full name, I think.
Tyler Sanders. Now that name is really ringing a bell.
Well, I really don't know. I could be getting things wrong. You could say that my mind was on other things while I was talking to your mom.
Of course, that makes total sense. But either way, that name is just really gonna bug me. I think I'll need to look into this Tyler guy. If he's the guy that I'm thinking of, I think I might have actually met him before. He was a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that. But for some reason, the name just stuck in my head.
I see. Well, okay then, if that's the case, let me know if you find out anything interesting about him.
Of course! You'll be the first to know. Anyways, I'm gonna text some friends and see if I can figure this out.
Got it. Good luck with that, Rex. Olivia? Where are you right now? I need you here. What are you talking about? Why are you texting me with that tone, huh? I'm not grabbing dinner with friends. What do you want? Make it quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself. Well, it's about Rachel and Tyler, actually. What about those two? They've been at home since the afternoon. Did you finally get to meet them? Yes, I did meet them when I came home from work. But I was just wondering why those two were in my bedroom and acting like it was theirs. They said they already unpacked all their things and were looking forward to finally having a room again. Not only that, but all my stuff was strewn all over the place in the backyard. I want to know just what is going on here. Well, you gave up your room for those two, of course. That's why I tossed all your stuff outside in the yard. Any other questions? I didn't give up my room to anyone. It sounds to me like you decided that for me and emptied out my bedroom. Well, then I hope this just helps you reconsider about financially supporting these two while they get back on their feet. What are you talking about, Olivia? What does one of those things have to do with the other? I just mean that you were so adamant that you wouldn't be contributing to those two's financial needs. Given that that was the case, I saw a little alternative but to give them your room. I don't care what kind of little games you're trying to play with me right now. I'm not giving up my room or giving them any money. You're trying to rope me into something that I never wanted and was never even asked about, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. Well then, I guess you might as well get used to having your things sitting out on the lawn. You better hope that it doesn't rain. I'd hate for all your things to get ruined. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I did hear that there was going to be rain tonight. And just who do you think you are condescending me like that, huh? I mean, why do you think you get to decide everything that goes on in this house? That's the exact same thing that I would like to ask you, Sarah. You're my daughter-in-law, and yet you think that you have a right to argue with anything that your mother-in-law tells you to do. You ought to learn your place. You really want to talk about who has the right to do what in this house? Of course. And since you were so insistent about disobeying me about giving them money, so I invoked my right to toss all your things out of my house. I honestly can't believe that you're being so cruel to these poor two lovers. They have no place to go and nothing but each other's love to keep them going. And you're really upset that they're in your room? I told you once, and I'll tell you again. You either do as I say, or you can get out. Those are your two options. Hey Rex, I was just curious if you were on your way home already?
Yeah, I'm on a train right now. Should be a few hours before I'm back. How are things going at home? I'm almost scared to ask. But did Rachel and Tyler end up arrive yesterday like my mom said they would?
Yes, they got here yesterday afternoon and they're already making themselves at home. In fact, they've hijacked our bedroom as their own.
Hijacked our bedroom? What does that mean exactly?
Well, when I got home from work yesterday, the two of them had arrived. They had all their stuff unpacked in our room and all my things had been thrown out into the backyard. Your mom said she did it because I was arguing with her. She said that if I wasn't going to help them financially, then it was her right to throw all of my things outside.
You have to be kidding me! Honestly, just what is she thinking? I can't believe my mom is acting this way. It's ridiculous. Sarah, I just want you to know how sorry I am that my mom is putting us through all of this.
Rex, it's not you who should be apologizing, though. It's your mom.
Speaking of my mom, where was she when you got home? And did you manage to get your things back inside okay?
Your mom said she was out grabbing lunch with friends. As for me, I had to quickly go and rent a moving truck to store all my stuff until this gets figured out. I'm staying in a hotel for the time being.
Oh, jeez, I am so sorry you're having to go through all of this.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about any of this sooner. I was running around like crazy last night, and I didn't even have a moment to catch my breath until it was already past midnight.
It's okay, it sounds like you need to just take a rest for now.
It's the one right by Union Station that we always walk by.
Ah, got it. Well, would you like to meet me when I arrive at the station? I think I've finally figured out who this Tyler guy is, and we have to talk about.
You really figured it out? Was he the guy that you thought he was the whole time?
It's way too long to even begin to type out, honestly. I'm gonna have to stop by my office after I arrive, but I promise to tell you all about this evening, okay? But still, I arrive at the station in a couple of hours and will tell my bosses I'm taking an early lunch. I really can't wait to see you, sweetie.
Oh, me neither, Rex. I just want all this to be over already. So I guess I'll meet you at the station around 11 then.
Perfect, I'll see you then. Perfect, I'll see you then, Sarah. Get some rest in the meantime.
Hey, Rex, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for you telling all about what you found out at lunch. I know that you said you would in the evening, but I just couldn't wait that long to find out.
Of course, Sarah. I didn't mean to tease you with that kind of information. I just wasn't sure how long it would take to lay it all out.
I know. I was really shocked by what you told me. I mean, even having met Tyler, I never thought that he was that kind of person.
I know, right? When my friend told me about him, I just felt myself getting goosebumps and remember a really bad feeling coming over me.
I mean, if that kind of person is living in our home right now, I think I'd rather stay in the hotel than go back.
You're right. That's a good idea. You should stay there until we have everything ready.
Sarah, I am sick and tired of playing this game with you. Just how long are you going to keep us all waiting, What are you going on about this time, Olivia? Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know when you're going to start giving money to Rachel and Tyler. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? I am not going to give either of them a single cent. I never said that I was going to. I've only told you that this isn't going to happen, so stop asking. You really are starting to get on my last nerve. But if you refuse to listen to your mother-in-law, then I have no choice but to make Rex divorce you.
Mom, are you there? We need to talk.
Oh, Rex! Perfect timing, son. I was actually just about to message you, funnily enough. It's about your wife, you see. I've told Sarah over and over again that she needs to help support Rachel and Tyler, and she simply refuses to obey me. Do you think you could try talking some sense into her?
Actually, Sarah and I have decided to move out of that house.
Wait, what? What do you mean you two are moving out?
Well, Sarah's already loaded up all of her belongings that she threw out in the yard. Not that you've noticed. And I spent all night last night packing up my own things while everyone was asleep. And now Sarah and I are together.
Hold on a second. You two are really going to move out of the house? But where are you going to go? Where are you both now?
I'm not gonna tell you, Mom. In fact, Sarah and I never want to talk to you again.
You can't just cut your mother out of your life like this. That's ridiculous.
No, Mom, the only ridiculous thing about the situation is you. And I'm not gonna stand by any longer while you try to control my wife.
Control her? I am her mother-in-law. I'm not controlling her. She's just disobeying me. Every time I ask her to make the smallest of sacrifices for this family, she flat out refuses to do so. You need to remind her of her place in this house right now.
Mom, tell me how much you know about this Tyler guy that Rachel is seeing.
What do you mean, what do I know about him? He's Rachel's boyfriend, and that's all that matters.
I'm afraid you're quite misinformed. Tyler actually had an affair with the wives of one of my friends.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
And it wasn't just once. Tyler has a history as being a serial cheater. In fact, he has a debt of more than $1 million from all the adultery cases that he was part of.
He owes more than $1 million in debt?
That's right. When I first heard his name, it really rung a bell for me. I asked around, and I'm quite sure that the man who Rachel is seeing now is the same one that's known for sleeping around so much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was all part of some elaborate plan of his to have a place to live and get someone to cover all of his bills for him. Maybe he's even roped Rachel into this little scheme of his too.
You don't actually think your sister is trying to scam her own family, do you?
I think that I would really be careful with your money, unless it's already too late. When was the last time that you checked how much you have in your accounts? Unless it's true what Sarah told me about how you took all the money that you got from Dad during the divorce, Withdrew it in cash and kept it for safekeeping in your house.
I thought that it would be a good nest egg for when I retire. Besides, you know I hate all that funny money and card business. The money just doesn't feel real unless I have it in my hands.
And do you think it's possible that Tyler might have heard about this money through Rachel or something?
You don't really think.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to make sure everything is where you left it.
But that was all my money. It was what I was going to live off of for the rest of my life. This can't be happening. Sarah, are you there? You have to help me. It's just horrible. What is it this time, Olivia? My retirement money. My savings, all $30,000 of it is gone, vanished. Oh, really? You mean all that cash you kept in your room? That's right. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I asked Rachel if she might have known where it went. She told me that her and Tyler used it all on a party that they held celebrating moving in with us. Wow, how do you even spend that amount of money on a single party? That's actually impressive. No, it isn't. It's my money, and I want it back. You have to help me. And just why are you coming to me to ask for help? I would quit wasting your time texting me and start looking for a job instead. But I'm your mother-in-law, Sarah. You owe me for letting you live with me. That's why you have to help me. Olivia, I'd like to ask you something that I've had on my mind for a while now. Do you think that you were the one letting me live with you? Well, what do you mean by that? You don't have any other family or anything, so obviously when you got married, this house would go to me. That's just how you show respect to your in-laws. I know that both my parents are dead, thank you very much. What I want to know is how you think you suddenly own the house that they left to me. I inherited the lease to the house, and I've been paying rent on it ever since. So then, you're saying that you're the owner? That is exactly what I'm saying. I've had this house since before I got married, and after Rex and I did get married, he moved in with me. Then, after your divorce, Rex and I took pity on you and agreed to let you live with us. Of course, that was before I knew just how difficult living with you was going to be. That can't be true! I'm not done yet. Now that you've invited Rachel and Tyler to live with us, I just don't see the point in staying there any longer. I've canceled the lease for the house, and you all have until the end of the month to move out. You, Tyler, and Rachel all better start packing your stuff quick. But you can't do that! Where am I supposed to go? I just told you that I lost all of my retirement money. That's a problem for you to figure out. Apparently, Tyler was in more debt than what he owed to the court. I heard late from a neighbor one night a black van showed up outside our old house. Some strong-looking men stepped out, barged their way into the house, took Tyler and Rachel, and drove off into the night. I don't even want to think about what happened to those two. As for Olivia, with no money and no house, she had to go back to work and learn to live on her own again. I hear that she's living in a tiny apartment, barely making ends meet these days. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.